So the Arctic Challenge is a 5-day survival skills challenge. We're 150 kilometres north of the Arctic Circle. No running water, no electricity, and living in pretty extreme temperatures.
Our first night here got down to minus 20 degrees.
Physically it's going to be very demanding, mentally it's going to be very demanding.
Initially there's a bit of a shock. People know they're going back to basics, but it's not until you get here that they realise it's not easy.
There's a lot of up and down and walking around and up steps and down steps with buckets of water to make everything run around here.
Within 5 days of landing here, they are skiing out to a remote campsite, pulling their pulks, pulling all their equipment, with the challenge ahead of them of surviving for 24 hours in this very harsh environment. So we're really throwing them in the deep end.
Well, we kind of wanted to do something that seemed to reflect life with EB. So people with EB face enormous challenges every day, and that's what we were trying to reflect here, that people would just get stuck in, work as a team and deal with whatever the nature throws at you. And then you have to face it again tomorrow. Sorry.
I can't. Okay, I can. This morning we did a full bandage change. That happens every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. And as much as that hurts, that's really good for your average EB hand. And then my elbow. There's a blister on it, if you can, I don't know if you can see. Yeah, there is. There it is there.
Oh yeah.
So this is terrible, but you will have to get these off, oh my god, because you don't know what's going on underneath. As you can see now, there's a wound exposed from underneath. You have to be aware of what's going on. The purple water is called potassium permanganate. It's basically a medical version of Milton. Ready? I can't.
It's okay, you're done now.
No, it's not okay.
It's okay.
I can't.
It's okay, you're done now.
I hear you guys are going on an overnighter soon. It is time to dig. It is time to find that strength inside of you, because I find the strength every single day just to live my life.
Seeing the video of Emma this morning kind of gave us our pep and our step to get over the nerves and remember how lucky we have it that we're here and we're able to do this challenge.
Good luck. I am so proud of you all to do something so grueling and difficult. I mean, fair play, congratulations, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's a great, great experience.
And last night it dropped to minus 22, so if that continues going, we're set for a very cold night out.
The trek was very arduous now, in fairness, and then when we took that 1 kilometre of just constant climbs and constant, you start to realise all the training that you put in was literally for this day. I was struggling. I was tired, my feet were sore, I had blisters. I would have been perfectly happy to just pack up and go home.
I didn't think it would be so tough. I was absolutely physically exhausted when we got there and freezing.
It was total shock. I knew that it's going to be a challenge, but I didn't know that it's going to be such a challenge. Yeah, it was nice and fun, a couple of days ago. Now it's not fun at all. No.
There's no let up at the moment. They have to get the fire lighting, get stoves on, start gathering snow to melt for water, need to cook their food. Before it gets dark, they'll want to get the tents up and get their sleeping bags, liners, mats, all that in. When they kind of finish that level of work, then they have the work at keeping themselves warm for the night.
It's a little bit warmer in here.
Yeah, it's going to be nice and snuggy.
Yeah.
I've got about 6 layers on now, 3 pairs of socks, balaclava, hat, and I'm going to sleep in my rain gear as well.
I'm just getting our water bottles and I'm going to put them into our sleeping bags to try and warm them up because it's really, really cold.
And we're now awake in a moisture-laden tent with snow all around us on the roof. But we're pretty happy.
Like our hands are so cold and the poles, you're kind of sticking to the poles.
Well, at the amount of time we spent yesterday trekking up and down the mountain cross country, which was about 5 hours, is approximately the time it takes to do a wound dressing for someone with EB. So it put any discomfort we had into huge perspective. So.
The last 2 days of the challenge were physically tough. We were all freezing cold.
The cold, challenging. Campsite, very challenging.
As I always say, if it's one bad night, it's nothing compared to what the EB patients go through. So if I can do that for them, you know, and help them, it's one night out of my life.
So these women have come from all sorts of walks of life. The thing they have in common is that they were really moved by the stories of people living with EB. But through their fundraising efforts, DEBRA Ireland will be in a position to raise money for research and support services that we provide on a day-to-day basis.
It's really emotional. Amazing experience. Really tough.
Exhausted and exhilarated all at the same time. Very long, 26 hours.
Well done. Well done. Oh.
2020 is going to be the first year that we bring a group of men to the Arctic. We've seen the kind of resilience that these ladies have portrayed in the last week, so we look forward to seeing if the men can live up to what's gone before them.